Hi, I'm Amanda Frederickson. I'm a cookbook author and restaurant owner in Nashville, Tennessee, and this is Taste the Story. So today we're gonna make a key lime pie. I grew up in South Florida and we had citrus trees everywhere. It was just something I completely took for granted, but key lime pie was just the dessert that we made at every holiday, every family gathering. We always had a key lime pie. So let's get started. Let's make a key lime pie. Let's go ahead and preheat the oven to 325. So let's start making the crust. I'm gonna melt some butter first. And while the butter melts, we're gonna crunch up some graham crackers. Today I'm using a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, that's totally fine. You can put the graham crackers in a plastic bag and then roll over them with a rolling pin, a wine bottle, whatever you have. Just an easy way to get them nice and thin. Okay, so from there, we're gonna add in the melted butter. And then we're just gonna drizzle the butter on in there. And then just pulse until everything is incorporated. Just dump everything into the pie pan. And then from there, using our hands, or you could use the bottom of a cup, we're just gonna press into an even layer. And this just takes us a couple minutes, but you just wanna have an even layer throughout and then bring it up the sides so you have a crust when you take out a piece of the pie. Okay, so our crust is ready to go. So just rest it on a sheet pan and into a 325 oven for about 10 minutes. Here are the main event. These are the key limes. They're just like miniature limes. But if you can't find it, no worries. Or if it's out of citrus season, a lot of times I'll just buy bottled juice of key lime. So we need 2/3 of a cup. So into a large bowl. I'm just gonna grate a little bit of the key lime zest into the juice. And then from there, we're gonna use a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. This is the most important. We're gonna add a pinch of salt, and then from there, we're gonna crack in 5 egg yolks. In a bowl, we're gonna save the whites because we're gonna use that on top. Just gently put the egg yolk in each of the shells and then add it into the bowl. So we have the egg yolks in the bowl and then the egg whites separated. Don't throw these out because this is what we're gonna make the topping out of. You could also use a hand mixer here. Just mix really well until it's light and fluffy. That's it, that's the filling. Let's check on our crust to see if that's done. Let's let this cool for just a couple minutes and then we'll put the filling into the pie and then back into the oven. Now that our crust has cooled, we're gonna put in the filling. Just giving it one last whisk and then straight into the center of the filling. Okay, into a 325-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. The pie is ready to go. Let me show you how you know it's ready. So carefully give it a little jiggle, and if the sides are firm and the center is still a little wiggly, that's totally fine, but that means it's done. It'll firm up as it cools in the fridge. So I let my pie cool at room temperature for 1 hour on the countertop and then threw it into the fridge for a couple hours just until it was nice and cold. So next we're gonna do the topping for the key lime pie. It's really simple. It's the leftover egg whites from the egg yolks that we used in the filling. So we're gonna take those egg whites into a bowl of a stand mixer or a hand mixer. You could also do this by hand, but that's gonna take a lot of time whisking, but if you have just a whisk, it still works. Into the bowl with the egg whites, we're gonna add just a touch of cream of tartar. That's gonna stabilize the egg whites as we whip them. So we're gonna start with the egg whites on low, and you're gonna mix on low until there are little bubbles on the sides of the egg whites. And then we're gonna slowly increase like medium high until you get some nice frothy white peaks, and then slowly add in sugar, 1 tablespoon at a time. We're gonna add in about 1 cup of sugar, and then mix on high until stiff, beautiful, glossy peaks. I'm only gonna use about half of it, and if you wanted to, you could pipe out really cute meringue cookies to go on the side. Let's take half of this filling and just put it right in the middle. Just make it super glamorous and dramatic. And then from there, just with an offset spatula, let's tame it a little bit. So with your topped meringue, you have got 2 options. You can put it into the oven with the broiler on. I also have a kitchen torch, which I almost prefer because you can control more where like the toasted parts go. And it smells so good. It's just like toasted sugar. It's the best smell. There we go. It is beautiful. And that's it. There is your key lime pie.